Episode 1, In Deadly Heat. Interior, fire lookout tower, day. A dopey man sits slack-jawed atop the splintered floorboards of a small observation tower. A soft ticking can be heard. When the camera pans down, we see he's staring at a watch around his wrist. Moments pass, and the watch beeps aloud. "It's ringing, Clyde, it's ringing!" The man, Jeffrey, pops up like a meerkat and presses a pair of binoculars to his eager eyes. Frantically, he scans his surroundings, a small patch of actionless forest. "Clear!" He ducks back down and scribbles a quick note on a form. To his side, a moon-faced man sighs and scratches his stained armpits. A bird lands next to him. Scram, damn it! Get out of here! Swear to God, Jeffrey, if one more bird comes sniffing around." Cut 2, exterior, car. A Cadillac rips down the highway, lonesome on its high-speed trek. It screeches to a halt beside the road. The driver's side door is flung open. Cut 2, fire lookout tower. The two men remain still, Jeffrey eyeing his watch in suspense, and Clyde staring into the empty sky with a vacant expression. "You know, when I went to Oregon State and got that fancy-schmancy forestry degree all those years back, I thought I'd be working with the monkeys. With all the monkeys of the forest, like some kind of Jane Austen. And here I am, laying around on a goddamn plank." "Well, gee, Clyde, I don't know, I like this job. I just wish this watch rang more than once an hour. I can't wait to use them binoculars again." "You can use them any time, dumbass." Cut 2, car. Footsteps trail from the parked Cadillac. Someone in jeans approaches the forest edge, obscured from the waistline up. Their pale hand reaches into their pocket and withdraws a book of matches. Cut 2, fire lookout tower. Jeffrey looks about the forest wildly, enamored with a pair of binoculars. Clyde hasn't moved an inch, including the empty expression on his face. That guidance counselor. That Oregon State counselor. She told me I'd achieve my dreams and more with that damn degree. I'd get to spend the prime of my life with monkeys. And here I am, Jeffrey. Here I am, 20 years later. "Well, shucks, Clyde. I didn't know you felt that way. Oh, look, Clyde, it's a blue jay." "I don't care about your damn birds." Cut 2, exterior, forest's edge. The mysterious person withdraws a match before striking it against the box. An intense flame sparks up, and the match is flicked into the forest. It quickly spreads, lighting the dry leaves aflame. In the background, the culprit climbs into the Cadillac and speeds off. Cut 2, fire lookout tower. I've been thinking, though. You get a lot of time to think with a job like this. So I was thinking how that guidance counselor wasn't all wrong. 'Cause here I am, with my degree, spending my days with a goddamn monkey. "Really, Clyde? Where? I don't see one." Clyde flops over on his side, staring at the splintered walls of the lookout tower. His eyes widen when he hears Jeffrey gasp. Clyde! Oh my God, Clyde! Fire!
What? Where?"
Clyde scans the forest all around him, but spots nothing. After doing a full 360, he finds a phone screen thrust in front of him, with Jeffrey's awestruck mug popping into view beside it. "Look! It says a fire broke out at Bearwood Forest! That's right near Portland!" Any excitement on Clyde's face immediately settles back into apathy. He lays back down. Well, sucks for them. Fugitive Thinkers, Season 1. Interior, Thinker HQ reception. Receptionist Donna, a face of innocent youth amidst the murk of Thinker HQ, sits perched in her chair. Brush by brush, stroke by stroke, she applies her makeup for the day. But then, the phone rings. She stares dumbstruck at the rattling handset. A call could only mean one thing.
"Thank you for calling Thinker HQ. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. If this is not an emergency, hang up and dial something besides 911. Otherwise, if you do have an emergency to report, please say affirmative, positive, or yes, and then remain on the line."
A moment passes, and we hear a muffled "mm-hmm" from the receiver. Donna gasps. Her makeup brush drops to the counter.
"Oh my. Please tell me what's wrong. Right away. Sir, there really isn't a moment to spare."
Fade 2, interior, Thinker HQ bunker. The doors of the shadowy, smoke-laden office swing open, and the back of a middle-aged man's head appears as he steps through the camera and into view. This is Detective Trauma, renowned secret agent and ex-retiree. "Look alive, snowflakes. Today's a hot one and I can't have you all melting down on me." A chair swivels about, and a cool-headed 20-something sits smirking with one arm slacked behind his chair. This is Griffith Young, the newest recruit and a hotshot with undeniable potential. The only thing he lacks is experience. At it again with the puzzles, eh? Hot one. I'm chill with that, but Glasses here looks like he's overheating already. Through the darkness, we see flailing arms settle on the center table as a Weasley yet well-kept face pokes into view. He's known only by Glasses around headquarters, and he's quick with a fun fact, but slow with the ladies.
Hey, I'm 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, the average temperature for an adult male. I just checked.
Across the table, a gruff voice bellows into laughter. Into frame leans Cassidy Butch, the muscle of the group. Her head is fashionably shaven on one side, and her loose-fitting hoodie hides the fact she's on the wrong side of 120 pounds. Put your damn thermometer away, Glasses. It's clear the boss is serving up something hot, and I'm not about to let some man swoop in and steal my gig. Can it, you lot. Today's call is a brutal one. It's Bearwood Forest, up in flames, all of it, and sitting in its smoldering wake, the remains of Smokey Bear. Ha! Smokey goddamn Bear? You're pulling our leg, Trauma.
Correct. Smokey Bear is a fictional advertising mascot invented in 1944 in an attempt to teach Americans the importance of fire safety. A bit of a shaky try, if you ask me. Personifying a bear is less effective during the winter when the entirety of its species is hibernating. I would personally recommend a smoky squirrel be invented to take the reins.
Glasses. Sometimes you gotta unbury your nose from that encyclopedia and use your brain. They didn't find a cartoon character, they found a deceased actor. The woman who wears the Smokey Bear costume by trade. Here's the facts as we know them. Fire started off I-82 early this afternoon. A match was found at the scene. This was no accident. We've got arson and manslaughter on our hands. Huh, typical. Another woman gone at a man's hands. You kidding me? Sounds like a catfight gone wrong if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, actually, Griffith, you're jumping to an unproven conclusion. 82% of arsonists are males, so we should instead assume that.
Are y'all hearing this?
Actually, man, shut it. So I was right.
Suddenly, from the far end of the table, a plume of smoke is blown. When it clears, the foxy face of none other than Roxanna Hardplace emerges. Ruby red lips, golden blonde hair, and tits to die for. A woman of secrecy, this is all anyone knows about her. If you're all done bantering over nothing.
Talk, Roxanna.
Sex is a mysterious thing. We shouldn't assume our culprits. Yeah, exactly. It's just as likely this murderer we're looking for is a woman. Motive is also a mysterious thing, yet you assume this is a targeted attack. The body's there, no doubt, but she might have just gotten swept up in the flames unintentionally. Bad luck, we'll call it. Detective Trauma glares towards the blackened ceiling, eyes suddenly alight with disdain.
Correct. We're dealing with a basis sort of criminal here, an arsonist. To murder with conviction is one thing, but to start a fire and run is a coward's game. One of the most catastrophic crimes and one of the easiest to escape judgment for. I'll never forgive their sorry ass. Every second they spend on the lam is a second too late. We need to move out now. We'll split into 2 groups.
As long as I'm not stuck with this guy. Hey, why the hell are you so worried about me? I ought to be the scared one. If you ever want me dead, you could just sit on me.
Quiet. Now listen good. You're coming with me, Griffith. We got a body to look at. Glasses, Butch, you two go along with...
Roxanna rasps out a throaty chuckle and empties the ash from her cigarette into a small tray. Me? Please. I've got better things to do. Those two together ought to be enough. Got your brains on one side, your brawn on the other. Guess Beauty gets the day off, huh? From an adjacent seat, Butch elbows him, a bit too hard. Down to the floor he goes. Oops! Ow, for fuck's sake. Keep your everything to yourself. And I'm speaking on behalf of all mankind here. Pfft, as long as you're not speaking for womankind.
All right, stooges, pack your little slapstick act up and let's get this show on the road. Come on, Griffith.
Wait, where are these two going then?
Victim's place of residence. Donna should be here any minute with intel.
A slow knocking interrupts the detective. After a few ahs and ums, the receptionist's soft voice emerges. Important news from dispatch. They looked into the victim, whose name was, well, I don't remember, but that's besides the point. Point is, she's, well, let's just say she's a real wild card. That's the phrase they used, real wild card. They assure me that much, they did.
Donna, spit it out!
Oh gosh. I'm sorry. So sorry, Mr. Trauma. I know this is a professional setting, and I just didn't think you'd notice. She lifts a hand to her mouth and spits a piece of well-chewed gum into it. The others stare silently for a moment.
Donna, I meant the news. Tell us what the news is.
Ah,
Right. So, dispatch called to say this lady has no home. Not outside the forest, at least. She's a stone-cold method actor, she is. Lives out in the forest like a bear.
Can't blame the lady. It's a man's world out there.
So, she was living all by herself? Homeless in the middle of the forest?
Technically, you could consider the forest itself a home for her. Statistics show there's a higher chance she had some sort of makeshift base out there. A reliable shelter from the harsh forest conditions.
Yeah. Know it all. Yeah, I know it all.
Looks like we're all headed to the same place then. Everyone, follow me!
He walks out, and a look is shared between the others, before slowly, they stand from their seats and trickle out after him. Seconds later, only Donna remains, the chewed wad of gum still in her open palm. She shrugs and puts it back in her mouth. Cut to exterior, Bearwood Forest. A packed police truck shows up at the scene, driven by Glasses, who'd passed his license test on the very first try. The truck swerves to a stop near the parked car from the Portland Police Bureau. The four step out. Before them stretches a vast charred landscape where a mighty forest once stood. The haze of burnt greenery hovers above the scene, and the unmistakable scent of arson hangs in the air.
Look at it all. Burnt to a crisp. Thousands of trees incinerated without a trace. This goddamn weasel of an arsonist!
He reaches down into the single, unmarked patch of grass that remains and grabs 2 handfuls of the thin green blades, which he rips from the earth and glares down at in reverence.
None of this means anything to him!
Gah, we gotta stop him! I'm so mad, boss! I'm so mad! She kicks the side of the police truck, causing the vehicle to skid a foot or so. Cool it, Cass. Save it for when we get our hands on her.
Hey, you mean him!
Knock it off. Now let's quit wasting time and move out, damn it. When we get to the victim's body, we'll split up.
Cut to the victim's body. When they arrive at the victim's body, where 2 police officers stand and wait, Glasses and Butch take off, while Detective Trauma and Griffith stay behind to get the lowdown and sweep the scene. One of the police officers, the lanky one, comes spindling up to Detective Trauma with a starry-eyed smile. He reaches out to seize his hand and spares no time opening his mouth.
Detective Trauma! Wow, the renowned secret agent and ex-retiree himself! And I'm shaking his hand. I'm Officer Wilson, sir. I got my badge just last month, and wow, I can't believe I'm actually meeting you.
You got a fan here, Trauma. Guess you weren't lying when you said you used to be hot shit.
Huh, hot shit you say? I don't know about hot.
Detective Trauma pulls away from Officer Wilson's shake, only briefly meeting his eyes before turning his gaze to Sergeant Mosgrave. His expression makes clear that the man isn't a welcome sight.
Officer Mosgrave still on the force. I thought for sure you'd have dug yourself into a hole and fallen in by now. You got a sense of humor, Trauma, I'll give you that. I'm not just on the force anymore, I'm leading it. Got promoted to sergeant earlier this year.
He's training me, taught me all the basics. I know how to shut my body cam off now.
Yes, not that we'll need to be doing that. Today's case is a simple one. Came pre-frozen for us. Just gotta label it cold and throw it in the archives.
Cold case? Already? But we just got here.
Looks like you got a spring chick of your own tagging along, Trauma. Doesn't know protocol on cases like these.
Griffith looks between the 2 men with a puzzled frown, prompting an explanation from his superior.
Nearly 80% of forest arsonists get away with their crimes. It's why investigations tend to be lax.
Call it what you want. Bottom line is, this line of work's a rough one. Constantly meeting quotas to stay afloat. When a case like this comes along with such a low chance of arrest, it's best to just shelve it and move on. Detective Trauma takes a furious step forward, causing the jumpy Officer Wilson to jump backwards. Sergeant Mosgrave is unmoved.
Snakes like you are a poison to the department's integrity. Not only does every crime demand a fair, thorough investigation, a case like this with a deceased victim deserves every last seed of manpower we've got. You think I was hardened with trauma only to keep my seed to myself? To step down at a chance to put a murderer, no, a coward behind bars?
You do your thing, Trauma. I'll keep making my arrests and rising through the ranks. Of course, that's how it's always been. I just took a while to catch on. Detective Trauma shakes his head and shuffles past the portly man. He waves Griffith over to the body, which has been covered by a white sheet. They flip the fabric aside, and to their surprise, the body's soaking wet. Rachel Robinson looks surprisingly alive, completely undamaged save for a few singe marks around her face. She's completely nude, censored by a few rags the officers placed.
So she was just strutting around the forest bare-ass naked? Yup, just like a bear.
So, bare-ass naked.
Her dedication to the role of Smokey Bear was on a level none of us can fathom. Wilson, was it? What state did you find her in?
She was face down in that creek over there. Eyes were closed and mouth was open, just like you see now.
And her name?
Rachel, sir. Rachel Robinson. She's been doing Smokey Bear commercials for years now. You know that ad where she's stomping cigs out, saying, "Only you can prevent forest fires"? That was her.
Damn, I remember that. Made me want a cigarette. I see.
Without another word, Detective Trauma kneels down and examines Rachel's corpse, before beaming a flashlight into her mouth. He stands back up to face the two expectant young men.
Did you find the suit?
Suit? What do you mean, suit, sir? I haven't seen any suits.
We'll have to check downstream. That suit was this woman's downfall.
Griffith shakes his head, a look of amused disbelief on his handsome mug. He elbows Officer Wilson aside and approaches his pensive superior.
Hold up, Trauma. What suit? What downfall? Are you kidding me here? When she first spotted the blaze approaching, she was climbing a tree. Smokey Bear is a black bear, an adept climber, and an omnivore, which means, based on her method acting, she was most likely after some type of tree fruit. Now look at her lips. You see that color? You notice that smell? Cherries. She was in a cherry tree. Now cherry trees are shorter than most, so she didn't have a good view of the approaching flames. By the time she saw it all, she was already in mortal danger. We can see from the bruising on her left knee that she plummeted over 10 feet in her attempt to get down, and her right foot broken. She took off limping away, but struggled to make much headway, so she made one last-ditch effort to escape, swimming through the creek. This is where the bear suit comes in.
Nah, you're kidding me.
So, she was wearing her Smokey Bear outfit, which was likely made from cotton, a material with dangerously high water retention. This weighed her down, and the fire caught up. By the time the suit was off, the flames were licking at her face. Just like that, the smoke sealed her fate, knocked her unconscious, face down in the creek's rushing water. And that spelled the end for Miss Rachel Robinson.
A moment passes, and the gobsmacked Officer Wilson faints, joining Rachel's corpse on the flame-scorched ground. Griffith's eyes are fixed on Detective Trauma in disbelief.
Damn, you knocked him clean out with words alone. I gotta pair up with you more often, Trauma.
Trauma disregards the comment and turns to face Sergeant Mosgrave, who's slurping a big gulp and scrolling on his phone.
Mosgrave, wake your boy up. I'm off to find the suit.
Suit?
What do you... The others are heading the right way, Griffith. Let's follow them downstream.
Cut 2, deep in Bearwood Forest. Butch is squatting beside the creek, poking at a large, unworn bear costume with charring across its artificial fur.
Huh. It's a dead animal. Got completely flattened.
Yeah, actually, if you look closer, you will spot a large, unmissable hat labeled Smokey Bear.
Whoa. Wait, this is the victim?
Yeah, actually, we spotted the victim's body already, back upstream.
Huh. What is this, then?
This was the costume our victim used while playing Smokey Bear. It has appeared in 43 commercials since 2018. You can tell it apart from previous incarnations by the meticulous anatomical accuracy.
Suddenly, in the background, a blur of orange and black flashes by. Butch pushes past glasses, sending him flopping to the ground.
Hey, I just saw something. It was a tiger, I think.
Actually, tigers aren't local to...
Butch shoves him back down to the ground.
Quit wasting time with facts. Let's just go.
She takes off in the direction of the mysterious colors, leaving glasses to stumble after her. When she catches up, she spots a beige-haired man standing nonchalant beside a conspicuously hollow oak tree. He gives a wide smile and waves.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Butch lets out a huff before dashing over and squaring up.
You! What are you up to? Think you can hide something from me?
Nothing at all, officer. Just going about my business. She clasps her hands over the man's thin shoulders, giving him a rough shake. Just as Glasses catches up, the stranger's pushed to the ground.
It's always men like you going around causing problems where there are none. Now spit out some answers before I rage.
Wait up. My pocket protector fell and... what did he do?
Failure to comply. Obstruction of a crime scene. We gotta have him on at least one of those. Wait, I'm here because my friend lives here. Rachel Robinson, also known as Smokey Bear. She's already dead. There's nothing you can do.
She's dead?
Now what was with that tiger I saw? I swear I saw one. Just stay right there and don't move a single one of your male muscles. I'm finding whatever you just hid.
She looks around wildly, scanning the perimeter of a large hollow oak tree. The search yields nothing, though. Only burnt leaves surround it.
Damn, there's nothing here.
Wait, Cassidy. I just had an idea.
The camera zooms into his brain, and numbered Matrix-style code fills the screen atop a green background. Neurons fire, circuits connect, and a genius idea emerges from within his inner machinations.
Quick, let us check inside the oak tree.
The two detectives peer down into the oak's hollow, and lying within is a large, orange, black-striped mass of fur.
You were right. Nice going, Glasses. This is why we keep you around.
The two whip around to see the unassuming man waving a loaded pistol between the two of them. His benign look has been replaced with an expression of stone-cold urgency.
Don't either of you move a muscle. Just turn back around and keep walking, okay?
Fade 2, along Bearwood Creek. Detective Trauma and Griffith walk through the burnt forest, tracing the creek downstream. Eventually, they come across the abandoned costume of Smokey Bear.
There's our mark at last, old man. Not sure if you can see it from here. You got a good set of eyes on that youthful face. The only thing you lack is experience.
The two approach the mat-like pile of fabric, which Trauma immediately kneels beside to give a thorough examination.
Exactly as I thought. 100% cotton. The same fabric my wife once loved. Back in another life.
That's cool and all, but what about the others? I don't see Cass anywhere.
So I was wrong. Your eyes have failed you, son.
Behind the two, Butch and Glasses come sprinting up. Butch collapses to the charcoal and dust below, panting as she catches her breath.
Cass, Glasses, where the hell were y'all?
We got held at gunpoint. There was this man, and he...
Details, Butch. Who held you at gunpoint? Who? Describe him.
It was a man. A male man. He, I don't know, looked like any other man, with his ugly manly face and a disgusting dick in his pants. Now quickly, he ran that way.
Wait, I have reached the recommended limit of physical exertion for someone of my muscle-to-fat ratio. One more step and I could experience symptoms such as fatigue, soreness, nausea.
Can it, chick repellent? Let's go.
The four take off running at varying speeds, all downstream in the direction of that mysterious assailant. When all of a sudden...
Huh? A gunshot?
2 gunshots.
Actually, that was 3 total.
The camera pans to the pale-faced eyes of a grizzled Detective Trauma.
No.
Fade into deep Bearwood Forest. The four follow the gunshots further downstream, coming across a large hill. At its base, an opening lays gaping and darkened, the entrance to a cave. And out in front lays a sight that sends the detectives into shock.
There it is! The tiger!
What? That's a dude in a tiger suit. And he's shot! They rush over, lowering themselves to the wounded person's side. Upon closer examination, the outfit appears to have a wide grin, blue nose, and red handkerchief. Its wearer lifts themselves on one arm, cradling the other, where blood seeps out from a hole below the wrist.
You're a weird tiger. Why do you look so fake?
I'm Tony the Tiger, but that doesn't matter right now. My partner's in there, shot in the chest.
He lifts a finger to point behind him, raising his hand in the air, which, alongside the unwavering grin on the outfit's face, makes him appear mid-Frosted Flakes commercial.
Butch, call in the paramedics. Everyone else, let's move in.
Into the cavern. Come on, Glasses.
Actually, it's a cave. Cavern implies glasses. Actually, my preferred name is
Glasses, come on!
The 3 men rush through the opening and stumble into a small, rocky interior, which is decked out with leafy decorations and shoddy stone furniture. At the back of the cave, 2 figures are huddled up. A skinny orange bird with wild eyes, and a thin, white, comical-looking rabbit with a bullet hole in its heart.
He's dead. The Trix rabbit is dead.
Cut 2, highway. The ambulance winds down the highway, picking up speed on the barren asphalt as it approaches the forest's edge. The vehicle swerves to a sudden blaring stop in front of the camera. The 2 paramedics whip their doors open and step out of the ambulance with looks of horror etched on their faces.
Oh God, no.
Fade 2, Bearwood Forest Cave. Detective Trauma huddles over the lifeless rabbit mascot, placing a hand to its chest before lowering his head.
Dead. Just like a few good men I've known once.
No. Why? He was everything to me. Just like Smokey Bear was, and Tony the Tiger was.
I'm still here, Sonny.
The shout turns everyone's attention to the cave's entrance, where the tiger mascot stands silhouetted beside Butch, still cradling his bleeding arm.
Tony!
I've been hit, Sonny, but I'm here. We're making it out of this alive.
Oh, Tony!
The 2 mascots run towards each other, meeting in the cave center and colliding in an emotional embrace. When they pull away seconds later, they mash their mascot faces together and begin kissing loudly and viciously.
Oh, Sonny. Oh.
I never thought I'd have your paws on me again.
What the fuck is going on?
I believe what we are witnessing is a homosexually charged makeout session, fueled by the empowering realization they're both making it out of a deadly situation alive.
Actually, we're bisexual.
Cool. Anyone else here have input?
I'm bisexual too.
Huh. What if you're lesbian?
I've never seen anything like it. You two, explain!
Well, you see, the four of us are a bisexual furry polycule, but it looks like we're down to two. Both our girls have been killed.
It's alright, Sonny. We'll live on as a... What's the two-person version of a quadruple called? Ugh. Polycule, furry, speak English, damn it!
Yeah, furry polycule consists of multiple polyamorous members of the anthropomorphic animal fandom, a niche community that originated last century but has spread rapidly in recent years via the internet.
I said English!
Wait. You. It was you earlier. You pointed your gun at me, right? Drop it! Tony throws his hands in the air, letting out a dramatic sigh before reaching into his bandana and drawing a familiar pistol.
Here, take it. Sorry about that. I couldn't risk giving away our secret relationship. We're all mascots, and any scandals could jeopardize our jobs. I don't need that gun anymore, though. I missed the one shot that mattered.
So, they shot you first? Who was it?
Couldn't tell you. Some guy on a four-wheeler, mask over his face. After he stormed in and blasted lead in my good pal Trick's rabbit here, I chased after him. Full speed. On all fours.
The same way you always chase me around. It was so... assertive.
Yeah, I just didn't catch up in time. After I chased him from the cave, he turned around and pistol whipped me, then hopped into his four-wheeler. I fired from the ground, but no cigar. This might be our arsonist. Things like this don't just happen for no reason.
The reason is misogyny, same as it always is in this patriarchal-ass world of ours. They killed the two women and let the men live, can't you all see? I bet they're busy killing another woman now, or destroying a woman's personal property.
Suddenly, a phone rings. Detective Trauma pulls out the same brick he's had since the 80s and answers. Detective Trauma. A silence passes over the group as he waits for a response. Then, overtop the crackle of the Dynatac 8000X, a voice mutters in. Cut 2, exterior, Bearwood Forest. The camera cuts to a roaring fire, which has overtaken the Portland Police Bureau car, while a dismayed Sergeant Mosgrave, grasping the back collar of an unconscious Officer Wilson, frowns into his cell phone. They struck again, Trauma. Another fire, and it's not just some forest this time. Cut 2, interior, Bearwood Forest Cave. From the grave expression on Detective Trauma's face, the rest of the room can immediately tell. Oh fuck. Their police car's on fire? No way. Those officers were both men, right? Why would the killer target their own kind?
No, the killer's still on the loose, Tony. Hold me, touch me.
Shh. Don't worry, little boy. They're going after the police now. Once these cops leave, we'll have the cave all to ourselves, and we'll cope the only way your tight, feathery ass knows how.
You still need to get your damn arm patched up. You're bleeding everywhere. And we gotta clear that dead body in the corner out.
There's no time. We have to move.
Fade into exterior highway. The camera opens on a wide shot of the Thinkers and the officers both, standing solemnly as they watch the remnants of an expensive PPP car burn to the ground. Sergeant Mosgrave kicks an ember that spat out of the vehicle, sending it back into the roaring blaze.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit. How could they do this to us? That was our only police car with heated seats. This is what happens when crime goes unchecked. Neglecting the flames is as dangerous as feeding them. It was only a matter of time till you got burnt.
Shut it! Damn it, Trauma, don't act like you've proven anything. Hey, what's with the unconscious guy in the ground? Being on the force will do that to you. Bored to sleep.
Oh God. Everyone, it's gonna blow!
The camera pans out to an epic shot of the car bursting into vicious flames while everyone jumps towards the foreground, barely making it to safety. Detective Trauma, in the nick of time, hoists the unconscious Officer Wilson over his shoulders and bounds to safety, very cinemagenically.
Holy shit! Wilson, are you alive? Wilson!
He smacks the officer upside the face, who coughs to life and meets Trauma's eyes in a daze.
Detective Trauma, you saved me.
Out cold, like a little baby, even more than the rest of men. What gives you the right, Trauma? Quit slapping my grunts and do something better with.
Cool it, man. He just saved your little officer. What the hell have you done today?
I've been leading this goddamn investigation. You think I wanted my car blown up? Let this be a lesson. Ignorance is bliss till it bites you in the ass. And I'd say it's laid its fangs into you hard enough to leave a mark upon that pink posterior. Do me a favor and go home, Mosgrave. Go tend to your avoidable wounds. The rest of us have some goddamn work to do.
Sergeant Mosgrave turns redder than a hot tea kettle and chucks his half-empty big gulp into the fire. The Diet Pepsi only adds to the roaring flames.
You... Damn it, Trauma! You haven't seen the last of me! Come on, Wilson, wake up, you're driving!
At his words, everyone turns to look at the completely incinerated police car. Sergeant Mosgrave's expression of demanding rage melts into heated realization.
Hey, Trauma, give us a ride, will ya?
Actually, there are only 5 seats in the police truck. There are 6 of us total.
There's always the trunk. The group's gaze unites once again, pointing down to the unconscious Officer Wilson, who's off in dreamland with no path back to the real world in sight. Ice cold gas. Well, I'll grab the legs.